Anime isn't cool anymore. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, you're probably sat there thinking, whoa, Jugo, what an outrageous statement. Surely you're gonna have to back this point up with some facts and some empirical evidence. And it's like, yeah, alright, bro. I got some fucking empirical evidence for your bitch ass, bro. Just watch the video. Alright, so the first anime I ever watched was Beyblade back when I was 7. You know that one anime about the magic spinning tops and the dude in the blue clothes? Not the original one, the new... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And obviously, like most kids at the time, I didn't know it was an anime, but I did notice it was different. I mean, like, I watched it on Nickelodeon, like, and compared to SpongeBob and the fucking Rugrats, Beyblade was noticeably different. The art style, the way the characters spoke, and even the story was way different to other cartoons I watched as a kid. So after that, I kept my eye out for cartoons like Beyblade. Those cartoons with the different art styles and the cool voice acting and the interesting story. Some of the other shows I watched as a kid were shit like Digimon Data Squad, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Mew Mew Power, just overall a lot of great shows. Look, say what you want, you know, you can judge me. I was like 9. And you know what I'm saying, every time Mew Mew Power came on, what was I gonna do? Skip it? The fight scenes were cool, you know what I'm saying, the character development, the theme song, Kiss Fuck. Wait, no, that's a different one. Oh, fuck. Anyway, I watched all these shows and for the most part I loved them, but I still didn't really know what they were. It would be a couple years later when I'm like 11 and one of my classmates tells me about this anime called Tokyo Ghoul on Netflix. He was telling me how it was this show about these mad-eating monsters and how it was all scary and shit and that I should watch it, and I just said fuck no. See, by this time I did understand what anime was and why it was so different to Western cartoons, but I also had this weird misconception in my head that like all anime were just about schoolgirls getting ripped apart by tentacle monsters and shit like that. And to be honest, YouTube was to blame for this. I think one of my favorite YouTubers at the time had posted a video called something like Top 10 Most Fucked Up Moments in Anime, which was just filled with some messed up images that my young mind should not have been exposed to. So when my classmate is telling me about this anime about man-eating monsters, it's just ticking all the boxes in my head of stuff I should not watch, so I didn't. I politely told my classmate to fuck off and I went on with my day. Fast forward a couple weeks and I'm at home by myself in the sitting room scrolling through Netflix looking for something to watch, and I come across Tokyo Ghoul. I was just gonna scroll past it, but curiosity got the best of me, so I click on it and I decide to watch episode 1. I mean, like, how bad could it be, bro? So I watched it, and it wasn't bad at all. I mean, it was actually pretty fucking good, bro. It was great. I think I watched like 5 episodes that day before I fell asleep. And the next day when I woke up, I just watched like the 6 or 7 episodes that was left, and I just finished the whole show, and I loved it. And as soon as I finished it, I just started to look for other stuff like it on Netflix. I started looking it up on my phone. I went on YouTube, just everywhere, and I guess that was the start of my love for anime. From when I was like 11 to 13 or 14, I must have watched at least 100 anime. And it wasn't the shonen shit either. It wasn't One Piece or Naruto, like 200 episodes per season. It was none of that. It would always be these short 12 or 20 episode animes that I'd find on Netflix or YouTube. Fucking Charlotte, Dora, Tanaka-kun is always listless. Fucking Angel Beats, High School of the Dead. It would always be the most random shit, but I loved all of them. Like every week there would be a new anime I just stayed up late binging before school in the morning. And I talked to my friends at school about it, but they did not give a fuck. They thought that shit was weird and they really didn't care, so I'd go online to talk about it. Random anime forums, YouTube comment sections, apps like Animeme, you know, these were the places where I'd share my love for anime with like-minded people. My fellow weebs, if you will. I'd come home from school and hop on my sister's tablet and just watch anime or discuss it. And back then I didn't use websites like Kiss Anime. If it wasn't on Netflix, then I'd have to watch it on YouTube. And in hindsight, that shit was fucking horrible, bro. The uploaders would have to do so much bullshit to avoid getting copyright striked. I'm talking pitching up the voices, putting the anime in a small corner of the screen, splitting up like a 20-minute episode into 5 parts. This is what my dumbass was dealing with for so long because I didn't know there was websites for that. Like a lot of websites. And around the time I turned 13 and was starting secondary school, or I guess high school for the non-European people, this was when my taste in anime started changing. I started watching longer shows with like grander stories and shit, you know, stuff like both of the FMA animes, Death Note, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I was 14 when the lockdown happened, and this was when I just started going crazy with the long animes. I watched like the first 300 or 400 episodes of One Piece. I watched like the first 100 episodes of Bleach. I caught up on Attack on Titan, even though I hate it now. I was just watching a whole lot of shit, bro. This was also around the time when I started posting on TikTok. Now looking back on it, those TikToks were fucking ass. I mean, they weren't good. It would be shit like, oh, the coolest nicknames in anime, or like, oh, the most slept on anime. And it would be a fucking a slideshow of different... It was horrible content, but that's not the point. The point is that it was from like these 2 years or so on TikTok that I realized how popular anime had become. I mean, I still had this idea in my head that anime was just these cool Japanese cartoons that no one talked about except for like this niche community of YouTubers and whatever else, but I was wrong, like really wrong. A lot of my classmates knew what anime was, and some of them were even avid watchers. I mean, even if I think about it, anime as like a product or a thing that people consumed had exploded in popularity. I mean, I've been watching animes from like the early 2000s and 2010s on fucking YouTube and shit. But once I got on these anime websites, I really started realizing how much anime is out there. Like every day there would be an episode 1 for like 20 different animes, and all the YouTubers I watched would be making videos about them. But I was just out fucking in the middle of nowhere watching some old anime no one had ever heard of. It felt like I was no longer a part of the community. I'd see all these YouTube videos about these new isekais and shonen animes that I just had no idea what the fuck they were. Like, I wasn't able to keep on top of these animes. I was just trying to watch the shit I found was cool, but every time I tried talking to one of my friends about anime, they'd be like, "Whoa, bro, you haven't watched the new episode of Reincarnated as a sex device? What the fuck, man?" And this was when I slowly stopped watching anime. It wasn't an instant change, like I didn't just immediately stop watching it, but it was a gradual one, and it still happened. I mean, I still made those shitty TikToks, and I interacted in those communities and watched all of my like favorite anime YouTubers. I mean, at this time, I started making anime videos on this channel that are still up, but I just didn't really like it anymore. Before, when I found a cool new anime, I'd watch it and finish it in like a week, but it just got to a point where whenever I'd find a cool new anime, I just added it to the list of other animes that seemed cool, but I was probably never gonna watch. It just became too overwhelming. The excitement from finding a new anime just wasn't there anymore. Around this time, I did start reading manga instead, like Berserk and Great Teacher Onizuka. But funnily enough, around this time, the same thing happened except on TikTok. In the span of a year, all these cool mangas I was reading and that I found out through these internet forums and YouTube videos, they all just started blowing up on TikTok and shit, and I just slowly became disinterested in them. I don't know, bro. TikTok just ruins everything, man. Every once in a while, I try to watch an episode of like Bleach or One Piece, but I just can't. It just isn't the same anymore. I find myself rewatching some of the animes I watched when I was like 13 or 14, and I have so much nostalgia for them. When it comes to shit like Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever isekai or shonen anime is currently trending, I just can't. I stopped posting anime videos a couple months ago and started posting gaming videos. Some of them are like related to anime, and since then I've really just been out of the loop when it comes to anime. So what is the point of this video? TikTok ruined anime? Anime needs to stop coming out as frequently? To be honest, I don't know. I guess it's just to say that I still love anime. When I think of shows like FMA or Hellsing Ultimate or like Beck, it still brings back fond memories and makes me want to start watching anime again. But when I go on whatever illegal website, or I mean, I don't use illegal websites. When I go on my Crunchyroll account that I paid for legally and just start browsing through stuff, it's just so much just bullshit, man. I just can't watch any of this shit. It's just fucking like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just scrolling through a sea of random bullshit that I've seen before in just a different way. Like, I promise you, I've tried. I watched like 10 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen, but I just saw so many similarities between all the other fucking older shonen animes that I watched before. And it's like, I've seen this story a million times. Why am I gonna watch it again with cooler animation or a different skin on it? Like, no, I just can't, bro. If I'm being honest, I probably will start watching anime again someday, but for now, I'm just gonna stick to playing video games and making YouTube videos like this one. Speaking of which, if you like the video, then like and subscribe, bro. You know what I'm saying? This took a day to make. I wrote it all in like 3 hours, and to be honest, a lot of it is just rambling and going over my life story when it comes to anime, but if you like this, subscribe, bro. I'm interested in seeing what the feedback for this video is gonna be like, but who really cares? I said my piece, I said how I feel, and if you disagree, go argue about it in the comments. As always, it's been your boy Jugo Young, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!